Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into an early LEGO Icons 2025 set review. Today we're looking at set number 10350. This is Tudor Corner, has 3,266 pieces, and is retailing for $229.99 USD, or $299.99 Canadian. This will be available for LEGO Insiders from January 1st to the 3rd, and if you're not an Insiders member, you'll have to wait until the 4th. And there is also a gift with purchase here as well, which is going to be running from January 1st to the 7th while supplies last. But you can check out my separate review of that if you want. Very excited about this. I've never been sent a modular building early before. I've always bought them on January the 1st myself. You can see the back of the box here shows off the set with some other modulars, as well as some pictures of the interior here as well. Here's a new paper bag with the stickers and instructions already. Interesting new packaging. I just got to correct something that I just said. There are no stickers. Everything in this is all prints, so keep that in mind when we go through this. You can, of course, find time codes and chapters down below if you want to hop around to the different shops, the different levels and sections where the figures. But let's go ahead and let's take a closer look at this brand new modular. I guess first things first, if you're unfamiliar with how modulars work, you can, of course, separate them into different sections here. So you have the roof, the third floor here, and then you've also got the second floor. So this is a corner modular building. We get these every few years, which helps us for when you're actually building the street. It's not just this long strip of buildings. Now you have the corners to actually curve and turn stuff around. You, of course, have the classic light gray trim around this, and then you've also got all of the dark gray pieces here and a couple studs for you to place your figures. The grill, unfortunately, because the base plate is green, it's very bright. I'm not a fan of when they choose to have green. I really like the Marvel ones because they're gray. Anyways, the corner is very interesting. This is supposed to be old cannons, according to the instructions that have been repurposed here for this little corner. I think that's interesting. Also, just what's strange is what they've chose to do here. There's a couple of just random patterns over here. Like, I'm just confused by what exactly that was meant for. And of course, because this is a classic modular building, we have the white street post there in the corner. We'll start here with the Old Guarded Inn. That is a reference to a classic LEGO set. So I like that that's being included here. We've also got, that's a print, so the goats and everything look really cool. And the color scheme for this is great too. The dark green with the gold and the black. It just is very, very clean here. And the little bits here with the newer flower pieces, we've got the Rivendell piece there, and then also the new piece that was introduced for Wicked and Wednesday. You've got the superhero stand pieces there that allow you to attach them. I didn't show that, to black R2-D2 legs. So the fact that that's being used as like a pillar design there looks amazing, and that continues over here to this section. There's a little bit of like a canopy as well. The window designs are copied from there to over here as well, which I really like. You could move the canopies if you want to up and down. And again, the gold trim on top of these cargo crates, it looks really nice. The newer door that we've gotten as well makes this feel like a classic tavern or a pub or an inn, as they keep calling it, this little restaurant here. You do have this barrel outside as well as two seats. I don't really like these seats designs because when you attach a minifigure to have them sitting, either the whole thing's going to come or just the whole plate there. So that's kind of annoying that they design it that way. If this was tiled off or something, I think that would be a little better. Or maybe just don't push your figure all the way down and you'll be able to snap them off. Over here on the corner, you have a really unique design for this light that's hanging over that menu, which looks great. I love all the different like Lego-wise style drawings of like the fish down below on the bowl, the cups and different things like that. And speaking of like this being, and speaking of the corner, this is such a unique angle that they've created here. If you look at it from this side, it looks great. Like, it's sticking out. I didn't even realize that from any of the pictures, that this was such a unique angle for this inn. It looks great how that's sticking out there. I really like that. And even above how you've got all of these little plants, you've got this hanging from the second floor, which we'll talk about in a second. But I do want to just show you this part here. Look how far this is sticking out here above the pavement. Like, that's really cool, that angle. It makes this so unique. And especially when you put this next to the other corner boutique hotel, that's also on a really unique angle. That is just amazing. All right, stepping inside here, you can see what it looks like on this entrance bit. You do have a bit of a step up to get to the entrance. You've got the same menu design there that you had on the other side. And then over here in the corner, you've got this booth with a little table with the flower in the vase. Over here in this corner, you've got a bunch of the new nougat bricks included in the set. You've also got this painting or the picture of the bridge. And you've also got on that table a little clock, which is referencing what's to come. It's a little hard to see inside there, but you do have this door that can be opened up, and that actually leads into the bathroom. All right, so in order for us to get access to the bathroom, not minifigures because you saw the door, we actually need to come outside and look at these stairs. Looks really great, I think, with all of the rails and the different pieces being used. One of those newer like coffee handle pieces look great for this repeated rail effect there. Then you've got this tube going all the way down. Anyways, but to get access, all you do is you lift up on the stairs there and you now can see the bathroom. It's a little difficult for me to shine my light and camera inside here, but you do have a little flat stud for the water. The toilet build is simple, and then you've also got this here for toilet paper. And then on the other wall, you have a light for the inside of the bathroom. Anyways, now that you're done with the bathroom, coming over here to this side, you've got this little light on that wall, as well as this door that leads into the back alleyway. So here it is that the door led to. You've got this little light above the door, as well as these vines growing here on the side. And then this little trash can is able to have the top removed. And then on the inside, you've got this rotten fish. And that's a perfect little snack for the kittens included inside of the set. Coming back inside, you just step through this door into the kitchen. Now, taking a quick step into the haberdashery here because I got to show you the rest of the kitchen. That wall is removable, and you've got a clock on the wall. You've got this for ventilation for the stove. They're cooking sausages there on the top of the stove. I like that piece being used upside down. That's the one that like lets you spin stuff. You've also got a ketchup and mustard bottle, a little bit of a sink in the corner, and the whole kitchen. If I remove the stove, you could see that it's all tiled off there, light blue and white. Also inside of this stove is just another little sausage piece. All right, just looking at the rest of the pub here. I love the flooring, by the way. The tiles for that wood effect look great. You've got these seats here. See how they're all tiles, just allowing you to easily go in and remove the figures. They probably didn't include plates there because it would be difficult to actually go inside and actually get access to that and fix that. Now this here, really cool little design for the lamps here on the tables. You've got a coffee mug there, a couple of them scattered throughout there. You've got this plate with bread, eggs, and bacon, as well as in behind that little cash register there. You've got a bottle in the back, another vase, a bottle, 5 cents, some more different bottle builds there. And then also this coffee maker machine in the corner. Here's the outside of the haberdashery. I'm just going to remove this since it's sort of in our way, but it looks great. Again, with that print up there, I like the little bit of dark red going through the outside here of the sign. You do have this door that can open, and the tiling that you saw over here is repeated over here in this section. And also something that I just want to mention with what a haberdashery is, they've sort of combined what the haberdashery means for North America as well as in the UK, and they've combined it for being like a clothing store and then also like a fabric store. Here's the inside of the haberdashery. I just want to show you an aerial view first, just because I love the flooring here, like the use of the flesh color pieces and then all those newer tiles that allow you to have those little corners and angles look so great. You do have a little stud in the back of this section here. Again, I'll just remove this wall and I'll show you. Look, we've got a fedora and that old hat there in dark green. Can have him behind the cash register. Also, you can see there's a stud in the front, and that is for you to put a mannequin. Over here on the wall, you've got a bunch of spools of fabric above, down below. Also down there too with all those studs and a couple of hats. This hat in light gray is brand new. Over here on the wall, you've got 2 umbrellas since it's always rainy in the UK. Now on to the second floor, which I think looks amazing here on the outside. First of all, The new color here for these bricks looks great. Like, we have gotten obviously this color for like details on minifigures, but not too many bricks and tiles. So it looks amazing here. I love that we're getting that. And there's so many over here on this side here too that you can see. Again, coming up here to the second level from the stairs, you've got this little balcony, which I think looks really nice. I like the little microphones being used for the little decorations for the rail. You've got this little light outside of this door that leads into one of the shops. Also the doorbell there, which I think is a little low. You'll notice that the time is actually off on this clock versus all the other clocks in the set. And that's just because the Clockmaker hasn't gotten to fixing this yet. I love the design for these windows, specifically this pillar here in the center. I think that looks really good, how that just lines up perfectly there. I've even just lowered that little stamp piece just a little bit so that it touches the bottom level. Otherwise it wouldn't. Again, you've got a bunch of plants and different things all throughout this. And just stopping here for a second, one of my favorite details in the entire set is this piece being used up here for the drainage spout and how that goes up here to the next level. That is just remarkable. Over here on this side, I think this window looks great too, just with the dark orange as well as all the slopes and everything that are being used there. The little triangular pyramid pieces for the center bit. I like these little stamp pieces up above there too. And this just continues the idea over here that the Haberdashery shop is sort of its own building. That design looks amazing. You can see all the parts that are being used to create that. And just when this is going to be lined up with another building, it just creates such a cool texture there. And this window, how it's sticking out here as well. I feel like this was something that we first really saw a lot of times with, like, I think it was with some of the Harry Potter sets. So looks nice using those newer curved elements there for the windows. And before we step inside, we've got one more little window here, as well as some more plants and the vines growing from down below up here. All right, so stepping inside, we've got this giant clock there, which is just an incredible build. There's so many unique clock builds, obviously, in this workshop. But you can see that over here on this wall, you've got one hanging there. You've got this really cool build with the binoculars. Looks great. In the corner, there is this closet, and that actually has this little vacuum here. And if I just pull it out, you could see the design for this is so smart. I love these wheel pieces being used for that. And then you can also grab on and just vacuum everything up. It's such a cool design as well, just with it being in teal. And then in the corner, you've got this little cardboard box. It's also on a plate that you're able to actually like lift up. I'm not entirely sure why that would be. Maybe it's in case the vacuum gets stuck. I guess you can easily knock it out and make it loose for you to grab. Over here on this wall, you've got another little hanging one, as well as a little workbench here. I like this lamp. Reminds me of a little Pixar lamp. Perfect little minifigure scale build there. Underneath the magnifying glass, you've got this little watch or clock there again that he's working on. I like the use of the little flower petals for like gears. That's so smart. That little dial as well. You've got an hourglass piece there too. The drawers look great. Over here, you've got a little bit of a fireplace. How could you not have a clock above that? This is literally the only way for me to show you the fireplace through the door. But you could see I like the design for that fireplace with the little arches there and the little flame piece for the actual fire. And over here, believe it or not, even more clocks. So many clocks in this set. I also really like that little carpet design there. And then through this door here, you can see that we've got some steps, which is a very great design here. It is built into this. It's not removable. So in case you were thinking you can get access to the closet that way, you cannot. But this little corner angle looks great there. It's also 4 studs wide, which sometimes these staircases for the modulars are only 3. So I appreciate that. So here is, in my opinion, the best part of the build for this set. The design for this is remarkable here. All of these, like the lines going through, that's a masonry brick flipped around to create that little divot. And then over here, this is where just things get incredibly complicated, and the design for this is amazing. You can see with New Elementary, they've copied the design here, and they're just showing you like how this is actually built. I think the finished product here is just remarkable. To have those lines going at these angles here is just so smart. I love these windows there. You've got these little pieces being used for the detailing there. The dark red roof as well. The angles that this is on is just truly remarkable here. It looks great. It even continues around over here to this side too. This looks amazing. Oh my goodness. And then here you can see how like the chimney is even integrated into the roof. And then this top part here for this section of the, I guess this is the Haberdashery building, looks amazing too, with this window and then these little plants on the balcony. And this is really interesting, whether or not those little axle holes were there deliberately or not, whether it's decoration, you can still add the superhero flying pieces here. So you could have your different characters actually flying around and posed on this set. All right, so you could see the steps, how they lead up here into this big apartment flat. Right there next to the exit, you've got this cool tile print there, and you've got some letters, some keys being hung there, as well as a little keychain with a beetle, which we'll come back to. But the lanyard is a sunflower lanyard, which is a lanyard that people wear to indicate that they have non-visible disabilities, which is so cool that they are including that. There's even some other sets that have that now in 2025, and it's just such a cool initiative and way to include people. You've got this bookshelf over here with a couple of books, simple little design, not the most detailed thing we've ever had. You do have a plant next to the rails where the stairs is. You've also got this little carpet on the floor. I don't like how it's not centered with the rest of the room. It kind of bothers me a bit, but anyways, over here, we've got some beetles in little terrariums, which is so cute. I love those builds with those ingots, the different colors. You've got a cat little fort, the tree house there, which is so cool for them to like climb, and you've got the studs so that you can even put them there on that to play around. Speaking of playing around, in the corner you've got a little ball. It's probably supposed to be a piece of yarn, which, by the way, a cat lover, series 27, perfect to put in this apartment as well. Anyways, you've got this couch, which looks great with those little pillows. I like the teal design. I guess this is also the bed, since this is the entire apartment. The lights above look good, the little coffee table there. And then over here for the kittens, you've got a little litter box, and they're being trained. So you could see, if you remove the box, you could see that like there's newspaper laid down on the floor, and you've got a little sink in the corner there too. Over here, you've got a little bit of a balcony that you can open up the door, and it leads out here into this small little balcony, which looks really great there, that design, using those really cool pieces that I was talking about for the drainage before. And speaking of drainage, look at that there. Looks great with this piece here and the superhero stand piece for a little curve. And then over here, we have a little food bowl and some water. And then up above that, we've got a ladder, which leads us onto the roof here. And you can actually open those doors, which is fun. It's just very empty, which I am a little disappointed by. We've had some really great stuff on the top of modulars before, whether it's a little garden growing. I think that would have been great, just adding a little bit of green up here. The chimneys is very interesting. It mentions in the instructions that they actually aren't in use anymore. They've just kept them around for aesthetics. I'm a little disappointed because we have a chimney sweep minifigure. It would have been awesome if you could have him sticking out of the chimney. So just making these a little bit bigger, sort of like what we had for like Santa's visit for the Winter Village, that you can actually put Santa in the chimney. I think that would go a long way for having a chimney sweep. And we got to start with the chimney sweep figure, right? Like, to me, this is like the one that fits in the most with this set. Maybe it's my Mary Poppins bias. I know Dick Van Dyke's not actually British, but anyways, looks amazing. The leg printing there for like the pouches and everything. It's interesting to see here in this set. You've got just a black torso, maybe just absolutely covered in soot. And I like the hood piece there in dark red. That the only other set it's been in is Harry Potter. You have this little hat here. Again, not exclusive, but the face underneath, interesting with the little scuff on the face. And this build for the chimney sweep is interesting with the gear being used there. I think that works quite well. Here is this patron who looks great with this jacket. I like the belt, how the printing continues all the way over here onto the back. You also have this umbrella. It's not new in the color pink, by the way. That's Hagrid's. I like the hair and hat combo here. Looks great. And then you've got this smile on one side, and then on the other, this even bigger smile. Here is the inn's owner. She looks great with this sweater. Awesome printing there, as well as the face. She's got a little smirk on one side. If I remove the hair, you can see on the other side, she's got this sort of perplexed expression. Here is the chef, who works in the kitchen. Nothing new here, but I think the pants work well for an outfit for the chef. Removing the hair there, you can see she's got this smirk on one side and this confused expression on the other. Here's the haberdashery owner or the salesperson here. Looks great with the suit. Would have been nice to have some leg printing there if they made that to go with the suit, but that's fine. You can see the back there, very detailed. The hair, I think, looks pretty good, and you've got this smile here on one side and nothing on the other side. And of course, the mannequin counts as a minifigure too. There's just nothing really too interesting or exciting going on with this either. Here's the Clockmaker. Again, nothing new here for the torso or the leg printing, which is cool, but again, it's not brand new or anything, but back printing there for the apron. I like the giant mustache. He's got a smile, smirk on one side, and this winking expression on the other side. Here's the apartment owner. I think she looks great. I love the headphones. Again, going back to the fact that these are supposed to be noise-canceling headphones for when she's going out and about. The jacket looks pretty cool here. Again, nothing new here, and just gonna remove the hair and headphones so you can see the torso better, as well as this face smirk on one side and this winking expression on the other. Also included, again, are the two little kittens who are adorable. I love the dark tan kitten. That is brand new for 2025. Last thing here that we're going to talk about is the bike with the basket in the front. I like how it attaches to this bike piece. I think that's really smart there. And of course, you've got a stud right there in the center for you to take one of the little kittens. And then you could also put one of the kittens up above there too. And just go out for a little bike ride. All right, let's go ahead and let's go through the instructions as we do for 18 plus sets. You've got the render here on the front, and then on the back, a little picture with it next to the last two modular buildings. Anyways, you can see here as we go through, talking about, same thing in all the instructions. We have the set designer here on one side talking about the timeless Tudor charm, and then just talking about the inside of the set, and that is it. But you can see up here at the top, here's what I was talking about before. The weather forecast is predicting rain. Fortunately, this lady is well prepared. Her hat fashion style was influenced by passengers on the LEGO Ideas Orient Express train. So there's just a ton of little references and mentions all throughout this. You could see up here at the top. Sometimes they're on the bottom for you to just make things more exciting for your building experience. There you have it, everyone. That is my review of the brand new modular building Tudor Corner. I think that it is a beautifully designed set. Absolutely gorgeous. Some of the building techniques in this is phenomenal. I love the idea of this pub. I'm going to keep calling it that. I don't care what LEGO says and calls it. But I think the figures in here are a little lackluster. I think that there should have and could have been some more exciting prints. Like if that lanyard was printed, it would have been even more exciting. But besides that, I like it. It's just not one of my favorite modulars, and that's just because for me, when it comes to modular buildings, I'm excited for ones that'll spice up my superhero city. This isn't really one that does that. That's not to take away from the beauty of this set, but getting something like a police station or a pizzeria or a museum, a bank, stuff like that obviously fits in more with a superhero city and is able to tell more interesting stories when it comes to that stuff. But I guess the apartment building could be Peter's. Who's to say? Anyways, everyone, be sure to subscribe, turn the bell notifications so you don't miss out on future LEGO news. Anyways, everyone, what do you think of this set, though? Where do you rank this amongst all the other modulars? If you want to check out my review of the most recent modular before that with the X Mansion, I'll put that at the end here, as well as combining it with a bunch of other modulars, which if we get another Marvel one, you'll see Tudor Corner in that video later next year. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hope you all have a great day. We'll see you all in the next one.